I feel like discipline now is kind of like treated as a joke. Waking up early, grinding on something small every day. Putting in that work. Somehow it's kind of labeled as extra or doing too much or even cringe. It Those little efforts are really what builds the real results. And the scary part is most people avoid it. They rather scroll, complain, or talk about doing something than actually doing it. And I kind of remember watching a video. Ashton Hall, the guy that puts timestamps in his videos, or he may look like he's not really doing it. Who knows to this day if he's really doing it? But it kind of shows that even though he was doing all these things and he was showing up and he was consistently posting these videos, even if it felt a little uncomfortable to him, it kind of worked out in the end. That's how growth actually happens. It's kind of just an example I kind of see, a day to day. People were hating in the comments, kind of because it reminds them, why and what they haven't done with their time, or they're too scared to have a disciplined, life. And it's jealousy wrapped in hating. That's why it gets mocked. The effort got laughed at, and that vision kind of gets labeled as doing too much. The truth is, discipline is rare. Most people won't do the small, little uncomfortable actions, day after day after day. That kind of what separates, with people who succeed, quietly from the ones who just keep complaining every day of their life. It may be to the people they like, their friends, online. Sometimes it's just projected everywhere. So if you feel weird putting in that effort, good. You're doing that step that most people won't take. Keep showing up, keep putting that work in. Keep taking the small actions. If nobody applauds, it's okay. Keep putting that work in. That's the only way to get ahead. Thanks for watching, guys.